Players are ready. Here we go. We have one of the all-time greats against the greatest young talent we have ever seen.
This is one of the most decorated players in the sport.
And for the third time, Michael van Gerwen is crowned King of Darts.
The 17-year-old, the new hope for this sport, will take on the imperial might of Michael van Gerwen for the biggest title in darts.
You've joined us live on Sky Sports from the Alexandra Palace, London! This is the final of the Paddy Power World Darts Championship, all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players from England. The winner of 10 PDC titles in his first year. A Premier League champion, a Grand Slam champion, the winner of 3 World Series titles. Ladies and gentlemen, a 2-time World Championship finalist. It's time to meet Luke the Nuke. Ladies and gentlemen, taking part in his 18th World Championship, the pride of the Netherlands, the winner of 157 PDC titles worldwide. He is a 3-time champion of the world.
not love it, can you? After 3 dramatic weeks, it all ends here. A clash between Luke Littler and mighty Michael van Gerwen. Well, for Luke Littler, 12 months on from his fairy tale run, well, he's back in the final and back with a shot of getting his hands on the Sid Waddell Trophy for the first time. What a debut year he's had, title after title, big ones as well, the Premier League, the Grand Slam, World Series finals, and at 17, well, he could land the biggest of the lot. He has had a fantastic tournament littered with moments of magic, but what can he deliver against a legend of the sport in Michael van Gerwen, the 3-time champ, here in a 7th final, first since the I Can't Spake leg with Michael Smith, and he's now hunting down a 4th world title, a first in 6 years. And for all the big titles that Luke Littler won in 2024, well, it was major loss for MVG. Maybe more than ever, the Dutch icon has a point to prove. We are left with the 2 standout players from this year's World Championship. So how does it end? For the first time tonight, let's head to our commentary team of John Park and Dan Dawson.
Yes, good evening. We appear to have the 2 generational talents of their times. Either this is the dawning of the age of Luke Littler, or the light is still shining in the Van Gerwen era. The stage is set, Ali Pali is packed, the talking is done, and now it is time for the darts.
And there will be darts. We often like to see, and the players like to generate the 180s to open their matches. We're hoping for something similar here. I mean, the focus is often at its highest right at this moment. Great adjustment initially there, but some opening if you're Luke Littler. They're only seeing a ton up there, isn't it?
Always an opening for Luke Littler.
58.
Doesn't take it. How did you approach the biggest game in the sport, John? You got to it enough.
150.
Well, I just tried to get in, start hitting 140s. Try and get the early sets, obviously, is always the first thing you're trying to do. And if you don't, well, you got to try and find your range and not worry too much. It's a very long format. You can't panic because if you're losing legs and even sets.
But are you approaching it like the old cliche, treat it like any other game, or is it the opposite? This is the world final. It's something different. You have to treat it as such.
Well, there's necessity to win, and I think earliest in the early years of my career, I lost a lot of finals because I wasn't trying to survive anymore. Every round before that, you're trying to get to the next match. The final is the last match. Sometimes you think the job is done, but it's not. You have to win that.
Michael van Gerwen with the first 180 of the final to leave 25. He had the marker darts. He's done this to leave single to double. And he has bust his score in the opening leg.
Not likely to get punished, or is he? Oh boy. Elected to stay there, had the line, the weight just off a bit on the second dart. And Michael pretty happy to have this second opportunity now for double 8 and double 4. Are we going to call it early jitters?
Well, for the opening leg, against the throw, it's a gift for Luke Littler at the start of the World Final. Michael van Gerwen. 3 missed darts at double on the stats there, but he did himself out of another attempt, having bust his score. First dart at double 8, dragging it into the double 16. Is that tension, or is that just something that happened, John?
Well, I often think the second hardest double to hit in a match is the first one of the match. The hardest being the last one.
All the ones in between, they're fine.
Well, you do have to settle in, and you're hoping that first dart just sails right in there, and you go on like that for a while into the match before you eventually do miss, which can happen on many an occasion. But unfortunately for MVG, MVG's has to get his range on the doubles. On the bright side, it was a pretty good leg scoring, so that part of his game seemed okay. Saying that, he's well behind in this leg and maybe reeling a bit from those misses.
Now, one of his strengths in this tournament, Michael van Gerwen, has been his ability to hold throw. doing it about 3/4 of the time. So just offering up a break of throw in the very first leg was not the plan. Littler's not really made the most of that, though.
Yeah, that's a huge opening here for Michael. He needs to make something of it, though. Leaving 170 wouldn't have been enough, really, in my mind, and that is sort of enough. At least he's got a little better out than Luke Littler here.
He's going to leave himself tops. No, he's not, because he's dragged another into the 5 segment. This MVG's favourite finish. And it's a nice open bullseye, but he couldn't get the treble 19.
104. 55.
Well, he's 1 for 1 on doubles. Double 10. Well, does he ever have to get warmed up on double 10? I don't think so. So reliable for him.
100.
Well, Luke Littler breaking in 6 visits to the board, holding in 6 visits to the board. It's another dart that is careering over to the left and into that 5 segment.
140. 123. 100.
MVG down to a finish, but it is a massive one. Littler should get to something better. It's only marginally better.
161.
Well, you really feel like you want to get something special, a big visit, a big out,
59.
something just to
153.
feel like you're taking charge of the match. They'll both be feeling that way right now. Of course, Luke's pretty happy to be up 2 legs to 0 and 1 leg away from a set, but he still wants to get some magic happening to get the audience really pumped up.
50. Luke require 88.
Treble 20. Double 14. Double 7. Set darts missed by Luke Littler. Michael van Gerwen given another opportunity.
Win the set or not, he needs this for morale, and he gets a little bit of morale back. He is going to be up against the throw, however, in this leg, and Luke right into that treble 20. Maybe a little perturbed he didn't finish the set already.
More like it. Now then, Luke Littler, who has missed a couple for the set. If he is broken in this leg, Van Gerwen would have the darts in the deciding leg of the set. This could turn around.
96.
And it looked like Littler was just being given a nice little present at the start of this World Championship final. Michael van Gerwen has changed his mind.
86.
Well, certainly both appear to be a little bit on edge and not at ease to the extent where they're in full flow of their A game or anything. This is B game stuff right
46.
now, if that.
Yeah, and they're both producing exactly the same in this leg.
99.
We'll give him another opportunity to get this leg and the set won.
Well, if he can't take a finish, so he just matches the effort of Littler.
80.
Double 10 then. That'll do it. Luke Littler bellowing across Ali Pali. He gets the first set. He will not be satisfied with how he's done it, but the end result sees him 1-0 up. It is a long old way to become world champion, though. He needs 6 more.
For those live for you on Sky Sports Premier League. Well, here on Sky Sports Darts, early stages of our final, and Luke Littler leads double 10, his favourite double, wrapping up set 1. The 3-time world champ, Mighty Mike, at the moment with a bit of work to do. Early trouble for him on the outer ring. It is Littler who leads 1-0 in a race to 7. Right, let's get back to the action then, and back to John and Dan.
Yeah, intriguing opening set. Averages in the low 90s. Littler's managed to win it 3-1, having darts for every single leg of it. Yet to unleash his 180s. You feel they're coming, John, but look, if he keeps on picking up sets when he's not playing well, that's a very good sign for the teenager.
Well, indeed it is, and got to be worrying for Michael van Gerwen to let such a set get away from him and so easily. I mean, to be fair, they both missed 3 darts for double, but Luke, with the 2 extra opportunities, ends up being 50% at doubles and rather effective.
Third 180 of the contest. They've all come from Michael van Gerwen.
Well, that's something to build on for Michael. And he's going to need to build higher and better than Luke Littler if he's going to get himself back a level in the match.
91. Luke at 121.
1-2-1 for Littler. To the 11 segment. Bullseye.
96.
Well, narrowly misses the 12-dart leg, and that's the kind of stuff we're used to seeing from Luke Littler in this championship.
96. Luke at 125.
5 for double 10. That's the route. And that's the dart. Encouraging stuff for Luke Littler on that double 10, which we know is going to play a big role in this final.
Yeah, back-to-back 14-dart legs. Ended the first set with 1. So he's maybe found his rhythm, tempo, however you want to describe it. His mojo.
93.
This has the feel of maybe a pretty important leg for Michael van Gerwen, just to stand up and hold his throw. You can't just start letting legs get away on the trot.
Perfect setup shot to get down to 100, but Luke Littler hits another max, and he's on a 2-darter himself.
So the first of major questions asked of MVG in the match. Does he have the answer? Dart 3? No. Sailing away.
82.
Is Littler sailing away into a 2-leg lead in set 2? Yes, he is. Majestic stuff from the Nuke. That's the power that we know he's got. He unleashes it for the first time in this one. 11-darter.
Yeah, all the more potent as a break of throw. I mean, it's a really good defense, but it's better used as a break to break a leg. But mind you, he hits so many of them, he doesn't have to pick and choose, really.
And even better, isn't it, John, where that's Van Gerwen's best scoring leg of the match. He misses a couple of darts at double. Littler's there, takes the chance. All that great work from MVG comes to absolutely nothing.
Though he does look like he's getting a little angrier and a little more determined, Michael. I mean, he's not going to fade away this early in a match over a few mistakes, a few missed opportunities. He's going to redouble his resolve.
Wow, stayed on the treble 20. It was a gamble. A single would have left the bogey number. Went double-double, couldn't take it out. Now Michael van Gerwen has left himself 1-2-8. A tricky outshot, but an outshot nevertheless.
Yeah, needs that treble. He just hit so well for ball. Another miss. Affords Luke Littler this opportunity at tops. So often it ends at double 10.
He is finding double 10 tonight, Luke Littler. And he is fired up. A much better set from the pair of them. But it's the same result as set 1. Littler takes it and takes a 2-0 lead in the World Championship final.
Well, here in the final of the World Championship, set 2 certainly better than set 1. Littler averaging 115.5, Van Gerwen 114.5. But set 2 ended how set 1 finished as well. Littler nailing double 10, He leads 2-0 in a race to 7. Let's hand you back to John and Dan.
Yeah, if anything, it was more emphatic for Luke the Nuke, that second set. Won it 3-0. And look, John, I know a perfect set is just throwing 3 9-darters in a row, but what he's done there is hold his throw in 5 visits, break in 4 visits, and he's saying to Van Gerwen, you need 12 darters or better to win any one of those legs, let alone go and win all 3.
Well, exactly. He's making life very difficult for Michael, and basically for Van Gerwen, he's being told, you better play your A game or just to like tread water with me, just to have a chance. You're not going to swim unless you start playing. I mean, it sounds harsh when you hear his average, but the average doesn't mean much when you don't win a leg, unfortunately.
So Stephen Bunting going average pretty similar, that 113 mark in the opening set of the semi-final last night. Did not win it. Kind of set the tone for that match.
I mean, of course, you must play to that standard, and you know that, but it doesn't guarantee anything. You might have to do a little more than that at times. And when you're playing someone the caliber of Luke Littler, who's so used to 4-visit legs, you're going to have to produce a bunch yourself in the 4-visit range.
63.
That's not ideal for Van Gerwen. And even a couple of extra points would make the next visit a lot easier. That dart into the 5 is becoming a regular thing for Luke Littler.
Well, it forces him to hit a treble or that to leave a finish.
73. Michael 122.
Treble 19 then. Would have left double top.
98. Luke require 145.
And he should know by now, just setting up something to threaten, like he's just done to leave tops. MVG not settled in the least. That might help him to settle a bit.
Just his second leg of this final, Michael Van Gerwen. And bearing in mind the last couple of times they've met, both on big stages, Littler has won pretty much all of the legs. He won 15 of the last 16, so stick this on there as well. He has won 21 of the last 24 legs they've played. Some streak against the 3-time world champion. But again, this is a long format game. Games can change. We've seen players go 3-0 up in sets in world finals and end up losing.
And as our comrade Rod Studd referred to, the things tend to regress to the mean eventually. I.e. that Michael should start winning more legs, more share of legs against the youngster. But it doesn't always work like that, because we're never sure exactly what the mean may be exactly.
134.
Yeah, it's not clear what Littler's normal game is, because the last 2 or 3 months he's been playing better than he has over the course of the year, and over the course of the year he's been pretty much the best player. So is he finding new levels?
Oh, wonderful setup play here.
128.
Well, just has to survive Littler. He took out the 170 in the semi last night.
Is he going to do it in the final? Not yet, he isn't. Little smirk on his face, sets it up nicely for Michael Van Gerwen to break the Littler throw for the first time.
Wow, that first start was so good too, and he somehow hasn't been able to use it. He's disgusted with himself.
Misses double 10, but double 5 comes to his rescue. That is a huge let-off for Littler.
57.
And not the first of the match. First was the very first leg.
Well, you don't see Michael Van Gerwen finishing this match with that sort of checkout percentage. The problem comes is if it takes him quite a long while to get it back to respectable standards, what might the score be?
134.
Well, he's played so many of these World Championship matches, let alone this is 7th final.
96.
He understands how sets can come and go in the longer formats of the finals, the semis. And although he's not happy at the scoreline, he won't panic either. He'll see a light at the end of the tunnel somehow, some way. Whether he reaches it, that's a whole other story.
60.
Just the 60 doesn't help him out. Littler, another look at the 170. Can't get it started this time.
Michael 154.
Well, he had a really good 158 in his semifinal. He won't get this combination started, and rather disappointed there with the last start as well. He gives it a wave away as though he expects Luke to hit this.
Couple of misses from Luke Littler. Van Gerwen's turn to be let off, but he's got to capitalise on that.
Yeah, double-double perhaps? No. Quite odd to try and go for the treble 20 to leave double 7.
Littler doesn't let him off again. He is gone from being on the brink of 2-0 down in this third set to leading it 2-1 and throwing for a 3-set lead.
And just noticing, we had such a spectacular standard in set 2. This standard in set 3 is lower than set 1 was.
Well, Michael Van Gerwen has still hit 5 180s in this game, which dwarfs Littler's tally of a couple. Sorry. Yeah, still a couple. But the treble 20, while he's not hitting it as much as he would like, it appears to be the only target he's that comfortable on. I mean, hence maybe that's why he went for it, to leave the double 7 in the previous leg.
Seems reasonable, and the only explanation. Really quite odd that he would choose that target, except for the expectation that he could hit it.
Well, Littler leaves 170 for the third leg running. Important passage of play as Michael Van Gerwen tries to get a foothold in this game. But Bullseye will win the set!
Oh, what an effort. Absolutely. Must have sent the adrenaline raging through MVG's system.
55.
Well, he went more conventional then, but it still didn't work. Whatever he's trying is not working. And Littler keeps on racking up sets.
Fourth set, first leg, Luke to throw first. Game.
Luke Littler, he has such confidence in his own ability. But even he must be surprised at how easily this is coming to him at the start of this World Championship final.
Well, 3-0, he's not halfway, but if he gets 4-0 to take us to the next break, he'll be more than halfway, and at that point, the alarm bells would be really, really going off for MVG. I'm sure they're already ringing of some kind of sound in his ears. He's not liking this one bit, Michael.
96.
2 unspectacular sets, 1 high-quality set. All of them won by Luke Littler.
81.
Well, this effort against the throw, because he can't pick and choose which legs now. He just has to start winning legs, Michael does. Has to hope to get a chance here, and he has to take out these sorts of outs. And when you're playing people that are this talented at their best, you need to take these sorts of finishes, let alone the ones under 100 he's been missing.
Treble 18. It is not found. He's dragged it into the 4 segment.
37.
And it's another loose dart. Erratic stuff from MVG. Double 10. Ball double 10, and Littler is just doing what he wants on there.
What a slap that is in the face of MVG. Says, listen, pal, you can't even hit a treble to leave a double. I'm just going to hit anything I want to, and watch this.
Well, here you are, John. Look, we know he goes unconventional routes. He's had a go at 70 before in this match and gone a more conventional treble 10. Is he doing that to rub Michael van Gerwen's nose in it?
Well, A, he likes to do that because it leaves a double 10, but B, yes, definitely I think so. He sees a player struggling mightily just to try and leave a double inside of a finishable turn. And he's failing at every turn, MVG, on just trying to get a pop at a double these days. He was missing the doubles earlier. Now he's not even getting the crack at them. It's just worsening the situation by the minute for MVG.
That's number 3 for Littler, and it comes at a wonderful time for him. Van Gerwen will not take the 170. It could be yet another leg for Luke Littler, and one against the Van Gerwen throw.
Yeah, now we really have to pay attention where he might go. Double 7 is a textbook way he's just managed it. His second 4-visit leg of the match. Luke Littler, and a time where it's a real body blow to MVG.
96.
The leg score at the minute is 11-2 in favour of Luke Littler. One more leg in the next 3, and it will be 4-0 in sets.
93.
Oh, maybe a little unfortunate. Again, the set format does lend itself to comebacks. In fact, Luke was ahead in the final last year, 4 sets to 2, and Luke Humphries came back from that. But this is looking like a whole other sort of score line here.
The maximums have been all right for Michael van Gerwen in this game. And it's going to afford him an opportunity to break the Littler throw for the first time in this final.
Well, just once hit a treble, make your life easier. No. Double 16. Just too much desperation in these efforts.
Double 16. Van Gerwen missed it. Littler's missed it twice for the set and a 4-0 lead.
32.
You need a deep breath now. You make sure of this. He does. It's nowhere near time for celebration for Michael.
Set darts missed. But from this position, he should be getting more.
Well, can MVG get one real big burst of form here to salvage the set? There's one job here in this leg, holding throw, but he would then have to probably get a 4-visit leg himself in the deciding leg, you'd feel.
He keeps on leaving that 170, and if he keeps on doing it, eventually he'll take it.
Curious choices, Dan, from a man this far down.
170.
The percentages make him right, but he's taking on Luke Littler, and that is a dangerous game to play. Another set dart missed, another bullseye miss for the 170. The gambit. Does it pay off? No, it doesn't. He left himself 3 darts at double. He has bust his score for the second time in this final, and surely the 4th set is now Littler's. Double 10. There is a real chance here that the World Championship final could turn into a rout, because one of the greatest players ever to throw a dart is getting a hiding from the 17-year-old at the moment. Littler 4, Van Gerwen 0.
Going to be in it, and at the moment, last year's Premier League champ Luke Littler is running riot in this final. Missed doubles, the story for Michael Van Gerwen. Littler leads 4-0 each set 1 on his beloved double 10. Can mighty Michael Van Gerwen then mount a comeback? Let's find out. Let's head back to John and Dan.
Well, 4-0 in sets. And as you can see, there's not a huge chasm in the averages. Michael Van Gerwen is finding the 180s, but there's a lot of pretty disappointing stuff in between them, and particularly on the doubles. Not just the success rate, John, but the fact that he's not getting as many opportunities. Because I can tell you, legs with darts at double, Luke Littler 14, Michael Van Gerwen just 8.
Well, yeah, and the stark contrast just in the success rate as well. And with Luke just about almost 50% at 48%. A full 30% ahead of the 18 of Michael Van Gerwen. The single worst aspect of his game, hitting the double, but also he's not hitting trebles to set up doubles enough.
Well, there's 3 trebles there, but Littler started with 3, and he's carrying on. Well, not for any longer.
81.
Well, you have to admire the way he's come back to the stage for set 5, Michael. On 53 after 9 darts. No need for a treble to leave a double here, Dan.
Just get the single, which he's done, double top. More misses from Michael Van Gerwen, and this would sting. It's on. But he needed that treble 15.
105.
Michael needs to borrow Luke's double 10. And that's awkward. Somehow finds a way off that leaning barrel and into the bottom without going into the double 15. And a little prayer answered perhaps there.
Just a 4th leg for MVG in this final. You want to look at parallels. We've already drawn the parallel. Michael Van Gerwen, his first World Championship final back in 2013, taking on Phil Taylor. 4-2 up, missed darts for 5-2, lost 7-4. Last year, Luke Littler, first World Championship final, 4-2 up, missed darts for 5-2, lost 7-4. But Van Gerwen came back the following year, didn't he, and reached the final. And after 4 sets, he was 4-0 up on Peter Wright. This is the situation Littler finds himself in. Van Gerwen, of course, went on and capitalised. There was a fight back from Wright, though, at this stage. He won a couple of sets. Michael Van Gerwen looking to do the same.
Yeah, all the answers are out there, Dan, in the history, but you just got to find the right ones.
$56.
The scary thing is, Luke Littler is 4-0 up in this, and there's only really 1 set where he has really moved through the gears. The rest has been okay. It's been good.
96. Luke to go 130.
Well, I can go about this any way he chooses. Tops.
Good shot, the second angle.
Our first ton-plus finish of the match. Here in set 5. That's a little surprising, perhaps, to some of our viewers.
140.
At least it is to me.
100. 43.
Wow, that's not good at all and should be punished. Does he dodge it? He does.
57.
Michael Van Gerwen, very fortunate that Luke didn't throw a 180 there or the like. It's almost like a cat toying with a mouse, Luke Littler. There's no need to hit a big score if the fella doesn't do anything big, and let him think when he's hit something good that, okay, I'll smash you now with a 180, and he's first to the finish.
164.
This is cruel stuff, Dan.
It'll feel that way to Michael Van Gerwen at the minute.
63.
But he also knows Michael Van Gerwen. He made a career out of beating the living daylights out of anybody who came across him. But that's the game. That's the leg, though, for MVG. 3 holds of throw in this set. Michael Van Gerwen just looking to find a bit of normality, his regular level of play.
134.
Well, yeah, I mean, 3 holds of throw and 15 darts, so you're bang on 100 average stuff.
96. 140. 140.
Well, he was thinking when that dart was in the air, it was going to come down and in for that 180.
57.
Once again, we find Luke Littler on the 170. He might need to take it out.
133.
Well, yeah, Michael left his favorite out there, but all the outs don't seem to like him now.
134.
If anything can get Michael Van Gerwen going, maybe this can. Treble 19. Bullseye for the set. Here we go! Mighty Michael Van Gerwen answers. It may be a delayed answer, but he's let the nuke know that there are 2 players in this World Championship final. He now has a set. The Green Machine has something to build upon.
All right, well, our final here is Littler versus Van Gerwen, and Van Gerwen has finally arrived. Welcome, Michael, to the party. He has pulled a set back, had a 101 out, and then a 132 out for set 5. So 4-1, Littler leads, but is the comeback on? Let's head back to John and Dan to find out.
Well, for all his incredible achievements and his 3 World Championship titles, Michael Van Gerwen has been saying over the last few days that were he to win this, given the context of his year and where he is, and having missed out for half a decade on this particular title, this could be his most special achievement. If he is to win it from 4-0 down in the final, that would only make it more impressive.
180.
Meanwhile, Luke Littler has his own ideas about what would be impressive.
96.
And he's known to come from breaks onto the stage and throw like this.
180.
Back-to-back 180s for Luke the Nuke in a tournament which has already seen 2 9-darters. Could we see another? Not just yet.
Well, not yet, but it's going to take some extra special effort for Michael Van Gerwen to steal this leg. He needed all trebles on this visit and a miss.
96. Luke, you require 72.
Treble 8, you would think.
48 left, so
32.
Makes sense.
Well, it's a mistake, but you can afford to make mistakes when you're 200 points clear of your opponent.
Yeah, well, that period of time has ended in the leg.
134. Luke, you require 40.
Straight in the double. Holds his throw.
Luke Littler, second and leg of the Memphis. 84.
That's the thing. When you're on a 9-dart leg, you can be sloppy for a while, and it still ends up being a 13-dart leg. It helps your average, despite the sloppiness.
Yeah, and look, we're in a position now where he's got 4 sets on the board. Luke Littler has another purple patch. And sets can disappear very quickly. And it's now 9 180s for Michael van Gerwen.
Yes, this is a high-quality set.
80. $57. Michael, you require 157.
The big out started to go in the last set.
Treble 19. Would have left tops.
91. Luke, you require 170.
Still can't take it out. Michael van Gerwen, though, 66 can be awkward.
64.
They only get 1 dart at double. Got lots of different routes for this.
Yeah, he's due to hit some trebles, though. Not yet.
Double 18 it is.
48.
Double 18 is missed.
Luke, you require 106.
This to break the MVG throw.
Down 49 left.
66.
Couldn't get much closer, just above that top wire.
Where does Michael go? Inside. It's double 1 to save him. Oh, the madhouse, his friend. Because this has been a maddening final for him. Why not?
That might be the first time we've heard him vocalise in this final. But Littler smashes in another max to try and quieten him down.
Yeah, and the way that Littler's playing on the throw in a set where he has advantage, it's not giving any glimpse of a hope for van Gerwen.
100.
Well, exactly that. If he has the darts in a set, he starts 6 perfect in one leg with a throw and 4 perfect in another leg with the throw. The opportunities you're going to get to acquire the break you need are going to be very, very limited.
He has to hope for some more sloppiness like in the first leg. It wasn't enough to offer a chance, but if Michael can stay closer, perhaps he can get a chance.
79. Luke, you require 87.
It's not close enough. Double 15 then. Okay, 10 for double 10. And it has been brilliant for him tonight. 12 darter on throw. Racks up another leg. 1 more needed for the set.
100.
Well, this is the sort of stuff that Luke Littler would have wanted to snuff out. Any sort of hope that van Gerwen is harbouring of a fight back, to start coming back at him, closing that gap. Excellent set of darts so far.
Yeah, it doesn't show any sign of letting up the quality here. And van Gerwen can't afford that quality to let up from his end. A costly miss, 2 misses into the ones. And Luke Littler being offered the set now. If he could take 2-2-7 and 6 darts. An easy adjustment.
100.
Well, Michael just has to hope. Luke can't manage the 1-2-7.
Well, this is good. It's very good from van Gerwen. However, this is very makeable. Treble 19. Bullseye.
85. Michael, you require 62.
Pressure on here. Only one dart yet again for double 16. And plumb in the center. Michael van Gerwen forces a deciding leg, but what hope against the kind of throw. Luke Littler again with a 180 to start the leg for all 3 occasions he's had to throw in this set. Merciless stuff.
Michael van Gerwen has been excellent in these deciding legs of sets. This is the first set in the final where it's gone the distance. But Littler, well, it's 3 perfect to start the leg. But picks up a treble there. That at least consolidates his position.
Especially with Michael losing a dart on his visit. Started off 200 behind, not even within 100 now.
The only set that van Gerwen has lost in a deciding leg was one of those to Callum Riggs. He's won every other time that he's been in a deciding leg of a set. But he's going to have to rely on mistakes from Littler in this position. Otherwise, he'll be 5-1 down in the final.
It's 6 darts now for Luke Littler from 128. Can go any way he likes here. Doesn't have to go for the bull, will he? No. Well, maybe he should have after missing the single 10.
Yeah. Bit casual, perhaps, from Littler. Wanted the 10, hit the 15, but he'll just come back and hit another 15 to leave double 10.
Luke, you acquire 35.
So double 10 it is. And a 5th set under its belt for Luke Littler. He's up 5-1. He's 2 sets away. Yeah, there's certainly some concern on Michael's face, but you'd have to feel 2 sets away from losing. He's going to still think he can do this. Be very, very difficult, though. He can't afford the errors he's been making.
Well, look, in the match play final last summer against Luke Humphries, Michael van Gerwen was very much second best for the first half of that game. He just about stayed in touch, and in the second half he was the better player and he very nearly turned it around.
46.
But has too much damage been done in the opening 6 sets of this match for even mighty Mike to stage a comeback?
100.
That was a 110 set average from Luke Littler there, and looking almost impregnable on his own throw.
99.
More sets like that, and this could be done, and it could be done quickly.
90.
Well, yeah, this has been a very, as I like to say, pleasing pace, Dan, for everyone but Michael in the terms of the results of the pace.
180.
Well, he had some troubles to set up a double there, Dan, but it was only because it was the visit
Michael,
before.
you acquire 36.
Double 18 now. Double 14.
Gauge on the first leg.
Got there in the end.
Second leg, Luke to first.
Not entirely convincing, but wins it by a distance, that leg.
96.
Well, it's 6 legs on the trot going with throw, but Luke Littler would be more than satisfied with that to play out.
Yeah, and the encouraging thing for van Gerwen is it's been a while since he's had his throw broken, but
41.
that's not going to be good enough in this game anymore. And loses another one to the floor, Michael van Gerwen. Dart kicking over to the left, catching the flight and not registering any points.
86.
And while he is down to a finish, imagine what an extra 60 points would do for him in this situation.
I think he's trying not to think about that right now, Dan. He just has to take what he has, and he can't get it going.
61. Luke, you acquire
Squares it off to leave a ton. Treble 18. Leaves the bullseye again. And Luke Littler pins the bullseye this time.
Well, Michael can't let that bother him at all watching that. He just has to get on with the knowledge that he holds his throw in this set, he can get this set back. Just one set at a time. It's all you can ever do, whether you're ahead, behind, whatever.
180s have started to come with a bit more regularity as this game has gone on for Luke Littler.
140.
Van Gerwen's done the first job. He's got himself into the match. We're seeing him win legs more regularly now. But he now needs to find another level. Double 12. Double 6. 12 darter Van Gerwen. Is he finding another gear?
Well, yes, Dan, this is quite reminiscent of Bunting struggling to make headway, playing decently against Luke Littler in a semi. It wasn't that he wasn't performing well or creating opportunities, but just things wouldn't click all around so he could get the sets won. And it feels very similar here for Michael against Luke.
Two treble visits good. It leaves him an awkward finish, but it is a finish.
Yep, first there. And what happens with this dart? That's the big dart. Leaves him a simple finish and becomes a must hit for Van Gerwen.
He's unable to take it out.
41.
And Littler tonight, if he's not going to hit tops, you expect him to hit tens. But he hits tops anyway. And for the second set running, we go to a deciding leg. This time, Van Gerwen has the darts.
Yeah, 9 legs in a row, one with the throw. Michael hoping to make it 10 with that 180 open.
100.
Well, Michael wants something special here to really put some emphasis on this.
137.
He looks like he's feeling it, though. I don't think he'll want to go to a break after this if he wins this leg.
Well, credit to Van Gerwen, because this is a brilliant set of darts from him.
60.
And he should get opportunities to wrap it up and double his set tally.
He just gets those leaks into the treble 1 from time to time. Undoes the momentum inside the leg. Yeah, he's left a finish, but now Luke's thinking, I can hit a 180 to leave a finish. All off the back of that one treble 1, Dan.
He's still in charge of the leg. He's done very well there to leave tops after 12 darts, but 180 followed by 161 is not going to happen. Smile on Littler's face because he knew it was almost. He had one hand on the title if he'd done that.
Yeah, it was unlikely, but if there's a player alive who's going to do it now, it's him. But it's Michael Van Gerwen. If there's a player alive who can come back against Luke Littler in this match, it just might be him. He was down 4 sets. Now he's down 3. It's 5-2, but Luke Littler still needs 2 sets.
Littler was 5-1 up, but Michael Van Gerwen has just pulled a set back. 5-2. Littler lead. Mark is alongside me in the walkway. Mark, in the words of Wayne Mardle, who we are missing terribly here tonight, sheesh, that was Luke Littler at the moment at his kind of relentless and ruthless best.
Yeah, he is. If you could do that to Michael Van Gerwen in a world final, doing something right. Look, he's set his stall out from the word go. He's got himself a healthy lead, and for Luke. Now he's just got to defend that lead. Michael needs to make all the moves now.
And we know how tough defending a lead is. You think of the World Final last year, Luke Littler 4-2 up on Luke Humphries. For Van Gerwen, what's the mindset now?
He's just stating the obvious. He's got to break it down a set at a time. He's got himself in the game now. The rhythm's a lot better. He looked a bit edgy on the doubles. He's hitting them doubles now. Needs this next set, and then just try and put a bit of pressure on Luke Littler. See if he folds, see if he wilts a little bit. That's all he can do at the minute.
Okay, right, let's get back to it then. The players are out on the stage, as you can see. Let's hand you back to John and Dan.
Yes, Michael Van Gerwen has the rescue act of all rescue acts to pull off here. 5-2 down. He must win 5 sets against Luke the Nuke Littler. He is only allowed to lose 1 in so doing.
134.
MVG comes into this having lost his last 3 major finals. Couple to Humphries, 1 to Bunting at the Masters at the start of last year.
80.
And there have been fragilities in his game tonight that Littler has exploited. It has been more even over the last 3 or 4 sets. But it's a huge, huge advantage that he's given Littler with those first 4.
134.
Yeah, and 2 sets ago when Luke last had advantage of throw in the set, he was virtually unplayable, starting every leg with 180 on his throw. And he's pretty much in control of this so far.
134. Luke, you acquire 130.
He's had this out. Last time he went treble 10 second dart.
105.
This time, Michael, it was at 153, and he ended up going for the bull. He hasn't had much success on the bull, Dan, though.
No, true. Luke Littler has had phenomenal success on this double 10 tonight.
We did pin the 124 out, and a double 10. Well, it almost doesn't bear reporting. He hit it.
For large portions of this tournament, Littler hasn't been quite as deadly on double 10 as he usually is. But he's saved up a fair few for this World Final, hasn't he?
134. 140.
Well, good start to the leg for Michael, and Luke just staying with him.
140.
It's pretty tough when you know you need to hit 12 to break the throw, and then it gets even tougher when you know you need to hit 12 to avoid being broken.
Absolutely. He's not really getting any easy legs, Van Gerwen. Littler is always there, and he's there again. 177 to leave 50, and the 128 won't go.
44.
Well, if he really wanted to rub Van Gerwen's nose in it, he'd go straight to the bull, but he's not going to do that, not in a World Final. He leaves tops, and he sticks it straight in there for an 11-darter and a 2-0 lead in this set. There are times tonight where Luke Littler is just casually tossing sticks of dynamite around that stage, and Michael Van Gerwen can't live with it.
Game on.
Well, in set 2 of the match, Luke Littler had a pure 39-dart 3-leg set. He's threatening something similar here. If he gets 14, he would match that.
And you know that those sets are going to come. Play enough sets for Luke Littler, they're going to turn up, which is what makes it so precarious for MVG to have been so far behind.
57.
Yeah, it just demands of Van Gerwen to produce those legs himself. You know, it's not unplayable, but you have to do it yourself. You can't just sit back and say, well, I can't. You know you can. It's the timing. We talk about the timing so much. And how about that? Pretty important for Michael against the throw to get ahead like this.
140.
What's the setup shot like? It's okay.
Yeah, he'll take that. A wonderful bull at the end of it.
140, Michael, you require 92.
The unrelenting pressure from Littler.
Is it double-double? It is, and he couldn't get it started. And Luke
36.
Littler.
Luke, you require 64.
Treble 8 for double top. He gets to tops. And he hits tops. And it is 6-2 to Luke Littler. Another whitewash set. One more. He knows what he needs. He knows how to get it. Michael van Gerwen does not look like he can stop Littler getting it tonight. Welcome back to the World Championship final, where 17-year-old Luke the Nuke Littler has just pinned that double top to go a set away from glory. He leads mighty Michael van Gerwen by 6 sets to 2. There have been times in this game where MVG has not had an answer. This is the set-by-set averages. You can see some monstrous sets from Luke Littler there. Some good stuff from MVG. But even when he's been good, Littler has been a little bit better. The worm that you've not seen a worm that terrifying since June Part 2. Well, he's hanging in there, but for how much longer? And John Park, you picked up on this. The set pattern, how it's gone. 4-0 and 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, 6-2. Reminiscent of a final we've seen before.
The very first one here at Ali Pally, one in which I defeated Kirk Shepard, but the set pattern, it's creepy to me. It's exactly the same so far. So if Luke wins this set, it's an exact mirror of that one. Except I was a lot older and not anywhere near as good.
Well, the terrifying thoughts of Luke Littler doing to Michael van Gerwen what John Park did to Kirk Shepard on that stage.
That's just too graphic.
Well, the job is not done, and it is set play. You're never out of it in set play, and when you're Michael van Gerwen, you're never out of it, surely.
Well, the greatest of great players, they imagine in their minds in these situations, not that they're about to lose, but they imagine how brilliant it would be for them to emerge victorious somehow, some way. And this is the beauty of the sets. We say it all the time. It really is something. It can be done. It facilitates a comeback.
Oh, hang about. Really, Luke Littler. Bullseye miss for a 164 and a break of throw.
Well, and Michael van Gerwen, you must hit 89 out. You must hit this double 16. And he has. Give him credit.
Huge credit, 14 data. But even then, when he's producing good legs on his own throw, he's still having to dodge bullets.
100.
Yeah, we saw in that worm graphic is MVG continuing to get better through the match, but so does Littler. And he stays that little bit better than Michael van Gerwen is.
Always just out of reach from the grasp of Michael van Gerwen in this game.
96. 58. 92. 96. 140.
Leaves him on a 2 data.
He's just keeping that pressure so much on top of
93.
Michael and
requires 73.
forcing him to hold, not giving him a sniff at any breaks. He's missed that, but I wouldn't call a 154 chance a
33.
sniff.
Michael, you require 154.
You wouldn't call it a sniff.
No.
You'd be right on this occasion.
134. Luke, you
Well, Luke Littler gets to the double he wanted. That's why he went the treble 11 route. And he is hitting his doubles. just with so much comfort tonight. 56%. 22 doubles hit.
Well, that's certainly needed. He knows he has to hold his throw. Simple as.
96. $150. 58.
As you were getting closer to your first World Championship title, John,
140.
what was going through your head? Were you able to banish the thoughts of what may come?
Just
96. Michael Iwakwa, 66.
I was winning pretty handily, as it turned out, by the end of that match. But you just want to compose yourself. It's just it is overwhelming no matter what the circumstance. You just want to look
50.
calm and cool and execute the last few darts, and you just want to keep yourself fully at the job as you can.
91. Michael Iwakwa, 16.
Certainly double 8 here will make it feel a little better, but certainly Luke Littler in this instance a hell of a lot more experience than I was, and first time I was playing in a world final in the BDO.
57.
He is the Premier League champion, Grand Slam champion, the World Series champion. He is potentially 2 legs away from being world champion for the first time. But Michael van Gerwen, once again, is showing some resilience, some resistance.
60.
Well, he's going to see it out. Let's remember, moving forward after this match, Dan, we're watching, for now, the number 2 and 3 in the world play going into 2025, and Michael van Gerwen wants to be an ominous figure, even if he loses this, for the rest of the people. He wants his dignity and class up there, even in defeat.
Van Gerwen has stolen the darts here. Looking good for the set.
Yeah, this would make life a lot easier and maybe give him some momentum towards breaking that Littler throw in the next set.
Couldn't find the 171 to leave double 10, but it may be academic anyway. MVG to win the set 3-1. That's exactly what he's done. Michael van Gerwen is not done yet.
Yeah, averaged 106 in that set. Really a good job of holding his throw in advantage. Now, the big major job for the moment, somehow getting past Luke Littler. The last 2 times Luke had the advantage of throwing a set, he won 3-0. Well, let me back that up. He's done it twice in the match.
Yeah, did it in the second set of the match. And the fans had a little period of singing Michael van Gerwen's name, but they seem to have switched allegiances once more. Fickle creatures that they are, darts crowds.
Well, one thing darts crowds want is more. Always hungry for more. And the more sets we play, the more chances for a 9-dart game.
How about a 1-3-7 finish? It is on. Is it 2 tops? Attempted it.
97. Luke, you require 48.
Is there any kind of nerve in there at all at this point?
It is a cheat code for Luke Littler, that double 10 tonight.
Maybe that's why he spent so much time on his phone.
96. 134. 100. 134.
Well, we're in the 10th set of this final, Dan, and both players just about spot on
57.
their tournament average inside of the final.
Luke Littler is making a dash for the line here. The Sid Waddell Trophy could be just a few visits away.
140. Luke, you require 62.
So tops, and he's one leg away.
Luke Littler.
Now he's feeling it, Dan. He's one leg away. He's feeling what the emotion could be feeling like at the end of the match. He's suppressing it now. He has to. He's got to hang in there and get the job done.
Was there a little glance towards the trophy after that leg?
136.
Well, look how efficient he's been at closing out matches, Luke Littler.
140. 100.
'Van Gerwen is not lying down,
140.
but he may have no other option.
And a great first start, and he's following it.
133.
Well, Van Gerwen may be undone by his favorite finish.
100. Luke, you require
Imagine
132.
to win the World Championship. Another in there. Double 16! Luke Littler has missed the dart to be world champion, but he may get more in this leg.
Needed the treble.
63. Luke, you require
To realise his dream, to achieve his destiny, to be world champ. The button has been passed! This generation's special talent beats the great Michael Van Gerwen. Luke the Nuke Littler, the teenager, is champion of the world. He has beaten them all, aged just 17, to claim the biggest prize in the sport. And he has not just beaten Michael Van Gerwen, he has beaten him well.
Yeah, just a superb effort. Start to finish. Again, he just kept his nose out ahead of Michael Van Gerwen, mirroring the tournament stats on averages right to the end. And Michael, no matter how much he struggled, couldn't find a way past the Littler timing and skill. And there's the emotion, the tears, and what it means to be a world champion. Believe me, men of every age who've won this title have cried. It's normal, it's a release. It means so much to finally get it achieved.
Michael Van Gerwen made him work for it. Littler produced brilliance to get over the line. He has his hands on the Sid Waddell Trophy for the first time.
Oh, take a bow, young man. What a display, and what a special, special player. After heartbreak this time last year, just 12 months on, he is crowned world champion. He did some special things, didn't he, in 2024, magical things. 10 titles on his debut season. Maybe it is only fitting that he ends it with the biggest prize in the sport, and winning it as well against a titan of it in Michael Van Gerwen. This is a generational talent you are watching. There are people this time last year who believed his run to the World Championship final was a one-off. Well, he's up to world number 2 and is now the champion of the world. Let's head out to the stage then and join John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the presentation. Would you please welcome the Chief Executive of the Professional Darts Corporation, Mr. Matthew Porter, and the Big R 180 campaign ambassador, 11-time world champion, and the winner of 6 Olympic gold medals, Sir Chris Hoy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for our runner-up, receiving £200,000, his trophy. And ladies and gentlemen, it goes to the Dutch legend, Michael van Gerwen. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for as we crown our champion, receiving £500,000, the incredible Sid Waddell Trophy, as for the very first time in his career, we crown him the Paddy Power World Darts Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke the Nuke
reaction there was when he was told he won £500,000. Oh, he is our youngest ever world champion. The man that held the record before that, Michael van Gerwen, who was 24 when he won this for the first time. Well, at 17, Luke Littler is now the world champ. There are his parents, the rest of his family as well. Well, this is a boy who has been playing darts since he was a baby, 18 months old. All started when his dad bought him a magnetic dartboard from the pound shop, joined St Helens Darts Academy when he was about 10 years old, and he has now won the biggest prize this sport has to offer. He's had some tournament as well. Been the standout, hasn't he, from the off really, from that record-breaking 141 average in that set against Ryan Meikle, a battle against Ian White, an even bigger one against Ryan Joyce, Nathan Aspinall, Stephen Bunting swatted aside before that demolition here in the final of the 3-time world champ. Right, let's hear from the new world champ then. Luke Littler is on stage with Abby.
Wow, a final between 2 generational talents, and your darting destiny has been fulfilled. Luke Littler, the world darts champion. Just sum up your emotions for us.
I can't believe it. Honestly, I can't believe it. But we both played so well, and I've said in my interviews, and I needed to get off to a quick start tonight, and that's what I've done. But I knew Michael, he was behind me the whole game. Them cover shots, when he'd hit 2 trebles, I'd have to come back with 2 or 3. He was right behind me the whole way through.
And for how long has this been a dream of yours, Luke?
Everyone dreams of lifting this trophy, but you've got to get through a tough field even before qualifying. But yeah, I can't believe it.
And coming into this final, you had so much pressure on your shoulders, but from the outset in this final, you seemed to have your emotions under such great control, as well as everything you were throwing. Is that how it felt for you?
Yeah, Michael went to the lawn 2-1 at the end. As soon as he missed that 60 for 36, I knew I've got 3 in hand. Usually I don't go for double 16, so I just thought, just hit it now, otherwise Michael he's going to come back at you. But it just, that first game against Ryan Meikle, I keep saying it, but it's the game that really mattered. And then throughout, I've just settled
And we know how much you love tops and tens. They were working exceptionally for you in that final.
Yeah, they were going well. I knew they had to. I was practicing backstage on the tops and tens. Like I said, then 32 at the end, I knew I had to hit it.
And did the feeling change at all as you approached the finish line?
2-0 up, I started getting nervous, but I just said to myself, just relax. Obviously, I was thrown for the match. I would have threw for the match either way, but to get it over and done with then was special.
Luke, congratulations. We'll bring you in for another chat in a moment, but a word for our runner-up in mighty Michael van Gerwen. Michael, it was such a valiant run to the final for you, but maybe too many missed starts at double in the opening few sets, and this man was there to punish every time.
Yeah, when you get your chances, especially early doors, I come 4-0 behind, and after that, I thought I wasn't doing myself any justice, but that's the way how it is, and then you need to try to fight and battle back. I think after the 4-0 down, I think I was definitely not the worst player out of us, and but fair play to him. Every chance he got, every moment he had to hurt me, he did it, and fair play to him. I sometimes say, but every 17 years a star gets born, and he's one of them.
Yeah, and just a word, because you have produced some vintage performances over the course of these 3 weeks. How confident are you that your next major is just around the corner?
Don't get me wrong, I had a lovely tournament, and I enjoyed every moment of this ride. We all know I come from a far distance. I've been battling my own game so far, but in the beginning of the game I was letting myself down too much, and when you do that against a player with his ability and with his performance, then you're gonna be in trouble, and that's how it was. But it is what it is. You have to take it on your chin, you have to move on, and you have to walk off the stage also as a champion. You know why? I always take my hat off for people that beat me, and if they beat me in a good game, fair to them, and that's the way how sports works.
And just one final word, because for so many years you have held the title of being the youngest ever world champion. That is now this 17-year-old. How phenomenal is that an achievement?
I just said, I'm 35, he's 17. Every 17 years a star gets born by now, do you know what I mean? He did well, and he deserved it, he played well, and what can I say? You know what I mean? Of course, it hurts, but that's how it should be. Because if it doesn't hurt, you're not going to be a sportsman, but it is what it is at the moment, and I have to move on. I have to make sure I keep playing better. I'm an old bastard compared to him, do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I have to take this on the chin. I wasn't sharp enough at the beginning of the game, but what can I do now?
Yeah, we are just going to have to apologise for that, but a very, very impressive run to the final. Ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up, mighty Michael van Gerwen! But the final word, of course, has to go to our world champion, Luke. 12 months ago, you were runner-up on this stage. How much did you learn from that experience that has helped you to go one further this time around?
Yeah, I learned a lot. Last year in the semis against Rob Cross, that was the first time I was 1-0 down, and then obviously against Luke. But tonight and throughout the tournament, I just needed to get off to a quick start. But obviously no one will know this, but earlier today I watched all of the game back against Luke, and I had the visions.
Yeah, and in your maiden year as a professional, picked up 10 titles, 4 9-darters. What does the rest of 2025 hold for the world champion?
Anything. I could end 2025 winning absolutely nothing, but I picked up one of the best. But obviously, I want to get more than 10 titles this year. But yeah, like I said, if I end 2025 with nothing, I'll pick the big one up.
You certainly have. Congratulations. Enjoy this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the youngest ever World Darts Champion, Luke